Ladies and gents, welcome to the Milkman Podcast. Now, today is a very special day because today not only do we have one guest, but three guests with us today. So we'll start off with Munib. How are we feeling today, brother?
I'm feeling good, bro. Really excited, not gonna lie. Really nice podcast room, bro.
So
I
this
love
is
place.
first ever podcast.
Yeah,
So feeling nervous?
100%, with the cameras rolling
Yeah.
and the mic,
Don't worry about
It's a
it.
whole
The nerves will go off. Don't worry
Yeah,
about
once we
that.
start talking, you know how it is, bro. You know how it is.
Exactly. So guest number 2, Umar. How are we
All
feeling,
the
bro?
way from Abu Dhabi.
Feels
What?
amazing, man.
Let's
It feels
go.
amazing. This has been in the making for a really long time,
Yeah.
and I'm glad that we're finally able to do it.
Yeah.
And honestly, shout out to Podcast Office. They have an amazing facility over here, amazing prices. So in the UAE, if you guys ever want to rent a podcast office, the Podcast Office, they're the guys to go.
Yep.
100%.
So Ali, what's up? Second episode.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back through not so popular demand, but I'm still here. Yeah.
But yeah, again, privileged to have you guys here. And I'm really excited about this. And let's see how this goes. Like I said last time, let's rewind a bit. Let's talk about why we are here. So I was thinking that we're in our 20s now. You know,
Yep.
we're getting
Yeah.
out of that bubble, where things are getting real in life.
Yep.
And it's like, and then I thought of a question, which I think is appropriate for today, is what does it take to be a man? And
Yeah.
to be more specific, the word man isn't just M-A-N, it's deeper. A
Yeah.
man is a
Mhm.
father, a man is a son, a man is a husband,
A brother?
and and a brother. So it's like,
And a grandfather, come on.
exactly, yeah.
Granddaddy.
So-
Let's not forget about
That's
the
an.
granddaddies.
You're confusing man from old man.
So
I mean, the word man is there. Come on, like.
So
Yeah.
my question is, how are we afraid? Because it's a lot of responsibilities.
Yeah.
Or do we have a bit of excitement? How are we feeling? And I'll start off with Umar. Tell me.
Let me just ask you if the question is what it takes to be a man nowadays, or is just simply what is a man?
According to you. There's no right or wrong answer.
I want to hear both.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, a man is who provides,
Yeah.
who is there to protect.
Okay, that's fair enough. Let's just.
I think I
ease it
need
off.
some time
Yeah,
to warm up a
let's
bit.
even
And
off. Let's,
yeah.
All right. Thank
let's
you for
do
the
it.
politically correct answer. I will say, if you don't have money, if you don't have women, if you're not bringing in the checks, are you a man?
And if you're not 6
Yeah.
feet tall,
Yeah.
are you really a man?
Yeah. And if you're not subscribed to Hustlers Institute, if you're not, if you don't have a PhD,
You gotta make six
Yeah.
figures though. Six
yeah,
figures.
yeah, and 6 baby mamas, all different,
But let's get deep. Let's get deep. I'll start off with Ali. So again, like I said, husband, brother, friend, whatever.
Yes.
It's like when I think about this, I'm very excited because it's like you need purpose, right? And it's a
Right.
great purpose to have, to be able to be there for the people around you and in whatever context is available, presented. So Ali, let me ask you: are you afraid?
I think we all are a little bit afraid to some degree. I mean, if you weren't afraid, you'd be a little bit foolish because being a man, especially in this day and age where honestly being a man it's not something that is pushed and it's not even something that's celebrated. Before it was more like you just had to be a man and that's just what it was, right? Nowadays it's like people look at men just behaving like men and they think, wow, look at him. Whereas 20 years ago, he'd be just a regular guy. Like, all respect to Andrew Tate and everything, but nothing he says is really crazy or different. It's just what men used to be.
It's been forgotten.
It's forgotten. And yeah, to answer your question, I am a little bit scared because if I do bring kids in the world, are they going to grow up in this society where being just standing up for yourself, taking care of one another, protecting your siblings, they're looked down upon. These things are forgotten, and the society has changed almost to a point where more division, like the more things that differentiate you, are celebrated. Now
So-
you can take that whatever way you want. I'm not insinuating anything, but
Yeah.
division is almost what it's like. The more different you are, the more you're celebrated, and the more of a victim you are, the more you're celebrated.
So you would say that you have a bit of a fear. You know, it's not all excitement and everything, I would say.
Absolutely. And
What about Munib?
Yeah.
What's your take on this? Because I know that you graduated from
Yeah.
University. Congratulations on that.
Thank you
And
so
you've
much.
landed your first job.
don't
Thank
you
you
want to
so
give
much.
a shout out to the American
No,
University?
no, unless they
No,
sponsor
no,
us,
no,
we
no.
are not shouting anyone
No,
out.
no shout outs, bro. No
So-
shout outs.
No
Only the podcast office, and that's about it.
You've got a job now, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, I feel like compared to all of us, you're the one who's getting out of the bubble faster.
Yeah.
You know?
I see.
So, do you feel the pressure? Do you feel the pressure of having to provide?
You're a step closer, bro.
I
Yeah.
mean, to be fair, I
Trendsetter.
don't really need to provide because,
Okay.
again, I have a father who's
Because
providing.
your dad's loaded?
I mean, he's not loaded, but like you get what I mean.
In
like,
other words, he's rich.
I got a roof over my head.
Yeah.
I get food 3 times a day. You know,
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want. But then, in a couple of years' time, when I have to get married, when I bring a wife,
Yeah.
a child,
Yeah.
then maybe I need to stop. Yeah, I need to get used to this.
Would you say that, Umar, I'll direct this to you.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got, I feel like everyone wants to get married at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone wants a kid, ideally, at one point. Some
Ideally.
of us at least.
We'll see about that.
We'll
We'll
see
see
about
about
that.
that.
So-
We'll see about that.
Is there anything such as being ready to...
Or being like, you know that you're ready.
exactly. Do
Yeah.
you
Like,
ever
when-
know?
Yeah, exactly. Do you
Do
ever
you know you're ready?
I don't think so, bro. Like as of right now, I can say that I'm not ready. But like, do you ever know that you're ready?
That is true. Is there like a chart I could be like, do you know what? I want this percentage of this. So maybe I can, like, you know how in schools, like, if you get above 60%, you can pass on to the next level.
I feel like, sorry to cut you off. I feel like that's what society has made it like. Like, you know, you saying that the school's requirement on like, you know, passing on 60. I
Yeah.
feel like the society has made it in a way that you finish high school, you go to university, you land your first job, and that's the requirement there.
Yeah, prerequisite for marriage.
That's when you go on to take the next step, getting married, becoming a father, and then taking care of your kids.
Yeah.
but
Do you-
man, that's not how life works, man. That's not how life works.
I mean,
They-
that's
they
what
tried
they
it.
have made it.
Yeah.
That's what they've made it. Like this is what the society makes it seem like.
No, because like there's people who have like a kid straight out of high school sometimes, like young parents. There could be, you know, some kids who have not done well. You know, they're figuring out that maybe university is not the way for them, and they drop out. And now they're working, and they didn't have the uni experience. They just worked. There's many other factors
So-
to this.
What I'm getting out of this conversation is that being a father or just getting these responsibilities is all I'm hearing is high school, bachelor's, job. Where's the character building?
That is a really good.
Where's the
question.
you know it's
That
like
is a really good
I feel like
question.
now we're just being molded into just go become successful, and it's all just financial. When you think okay, when I say success,
Yeah,
I'm a successful man. What do you guys think about?
I mean, depends. Success can be
Generally
becoming a really
speaking.
good father. Success can be becoming really good at what you do,
Yeah.
earning a lot of money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So right now, when someone says I'm successful,
What is
they're
the
not
thing?
talking about being a father. They're not talking about being a brother or being a friend.
Yeah.
Success is now, unfortunately, the modern day definition of success is making a lot of money.
It's consumerism, man. It's like
Exactly.
the more
Capitalism,
I
baby.
have, yeah, the more
Capitalism.
exactly, yeah, no, exactly. The more I have, the more I am. Almost. I don't think that is something that is changing anytime soon. I feel like the more time goes by,
It's gonna get worse.
it's gonna get
Yeah.
worse. It's gonna get worse. I mean, I mentioned Andrew Tate, but the only reason the kids these days, like you know, like you'll be in Dubai Mall and you'll see kids watching Andrew Tate, but the only reason they listen to him is because he has a Bugatti and
Yeah.
because he has a watch.
He's successful.
If he had none of those, would you ever listen to him? I will say, I'll hold my hands up. I probably wouldn't have heard of him. I'd be like, well, this guy's saying some good stuff, but is he really successful? So I feel like being successful does play a part in influence.
Yeah.
Like, for example, right? You wouldn't, if you had a broken leg, you're not going to go to like a nutritionist and ask them, like, how can I heal my leg? You're going to go to a doctor, right? You're
Yeah.
going to go to get an x-ray. You want someone who's done it, who's studied it, and get a professional opinion.
You talk about Andrew Tate, And then and the thing about social media is that you just know of everyone, you know, even if
Mhm.
you've never met them, you know what's going on with
Right.
them. So you see a lot of these successful people around you.
It's okay, bro. Tested sensitive.
Exactly. Shout out. So you see a lot of successful people around you. Do you feel the pressure? Do you feel the pressure that there's a lot of people around me now and they're doing a lot. There's a lot of 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
I'm 20. There's a lot of 19-year-olds doing way more than me
Yeah.
in terms of a financial perspective. You know?
Massively. We're in
So-
Dubai, bro. We're in
Yeah.
Exactly.
Dubai.
You know, like so. Do you guys feel the pressure? Munib, do you feel the pressure?
I mean, honestly speaking, the pressure is there. Like, you got to perform at the highest level, or else no one's going to know who you are. But that, again, depends on what kind of a person you are. Do you really want to be the guy that everyone knows who you are, what you've done? Or you want to be the guy who takes care of your family, who brings a child into this world, and that child represents you in a good and positive way, like
Yeah.
our parents, right? So that's
a
also
very
a
good
thing.
point. That's a good point. Yeah. What about
I
you? Umar?
feel like we should like look at the difference between, like, you know, comparing ourselves with those people and being influenced by them.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, the pressure is on, but like comparing yourself is just gonna, I feel like it's gonna get your confidence down even more.
Yeah. You're asking for trouble.
But I feel like you should be influenced by them.
Yeah. I feel
You
like
should
people.
be inspired by them.
Yeah. Not want to be
And then
them.
again, what Muni was saying, I don't think it should be either or.
Yeah.
Why can't you have both? Why can't you be an amazing father? Why can't you be an amazing husband and also be successful?
Yeah.
So it's
Again, like,
finding
what
the
is the
balance.
meaning of success? Is it just getting money?
No.
Or
Yeah.
is it just doing what you're good at? Or being a good father or being a good husband?
So you would say you would measure success in finding the balance between your
Exactly.
relationships and your relationships with the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's good. That's fair enough. So there was this other thing I was thinking about,
Yeah.
and I was talking to one of our dads, and he said something very, very interesting. So and I asked him, and he was just like, "Do you know what? I'm just worried. I'm just worried about my children. Children at this point. You know, I don't really care about anything else. You know, I just
Yeah.
want my children to do well." And that got me thinking. Wasn't that guy my age once?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Didn't he want to take big swings in life?
Exactly.
Ambitions, you know? And now that same guy is saying, "Do you know what? I just want my children to be
Yeah.
successful. You know, I just want the best for my children." So it's like,
As you grow up, your priorities change, bro.
Yeah.
don't you think we should evaluate our priorities?
Yeah.
Because we are going to get old at one point.
See, I feel like you can't just skip a part and get to the
Yeah.
end goal.
Yeah.
Like,
all about the journey.
It is a process
Yeah.
that you have to follow.
Yeah.
Now, our parents were ambitious at one point.
Yeah.
Now, let's just say that unfortunately, due to some circumstances, they could not live their dream.
Yeah.
But does not mean that we're not going to take chances on our dreams. What if it works for us?
So would you say that, and I think it's a very good point about the journey thing, you know.
Yeah.
So would you say that having those ambitions when he was 20 is
Yeah.
actually what led him to be a father
Exactly.
in his 50s?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Good point.
So it's just about enjoying the journey and just kind of being in the moment, you know. And
Exactly. yeah.
I feel like we just think of the long run so much. And let's be real here.
And
I don't think everyone's going to make it to the long run.
No, and I
Yeah.
think this is the age where people
Yeah.
are unrealistic a little bit.
Yeah.
As you grow older, realism creeps in.
Yeah.
It's suddenly, where's the mortgage payment? Can I pay his fees? Can we buy the diapers? But right now, it's like, we make plans and we're like, yeah, we'll go to Dubai. Yeah, we'll go to Alain. Yeah, it'll happen. And there's also like, okay, gas here, gas there, gas there. Nobody really, we think, and there is consequences, don't get me wrong, but it's really not that in your face. When you
Yeah.
have a kid, bro, when you have like a wife, these consequences are so in your face that you almost can't dream as you did when you were younger.
That's
So-
why no kids, bro.
I'm going to make you have kids. buddy. I'm going to make you. But
You're gonna be invited to all our
So wait, I have a point that I want to make.
Yeah.
So all of us are expats, right?
Yeah.
So our fathers were from Pakistan, right?
yeah.
They decided in their 20s that they want to move to a different country so that they
Yeah.
can
Huge.
give us the life that we right now are enjoying.
No, that's
So
a
do
very
you think
good
we
point.
have the
And
pressure?
this is what led us to come to the podcast office. Shout out.
Shout out
Yeah.
to the podcast.
I'm just
office.
saying,
So,
we're all
yeah.
expats here.
Do you guys think we have this like pressure on us that now that our parents have like given us this stage, like given us this like really amazing life? Do you think there's this pressure over here that we have to do more than that?
Yeah.
Like if we are not able to, bro, we're failure.
Bro,
man.
that's such a good point because that's the problem I have. The reason my dad could go through all this and be where he is because he lived, compared to me, a very low privileged life. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And now I have
100%.
that privilege, and it's like I don't know. It's unfortunate, but I'm a bit soft compared to my
Yeah.
dad.
Yeah.
And it's like it's very hard for me to do those things my dad did, and go one step above him. So it's like there is that pressure, and it's like it's harder when you turn 19, 20, 21, and it's like you start getting out of that bubble your parents have made for you,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they've because obviously every dad wants their son to live the best life, and mothers want to protect their children from they want to shield them from the world, and
Yeah.
everything. So it's tough, and it's just you can get out of it. There's a lot of success stories that
Yeah.
they're in like a billionaire family and they still become successful. So you can always find it, with the right discipline and everything. But my other question is, do we all aim for comfortable lives?
Or do we aim to be the top 1%?
Exactly.
I think you should define like what in your minds is a comfortable
exactly.
life. Is it just like what your parents gave you, or is it like a little bit more?
I think what our parents gave us is now it's the standard. It's the bar. We have to achieve that, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
So
true.
that's the minimum.
Yeah, that's where comfort starts. Yeah.
That's where
Mm.
comfort starts.
Yeah.
you
So the
know?
problem with that is very contextual. It's really perception. But
Yeah, it
okay,
is, it
according
is.
to you guys, since it's just us on the podcast, what is comfort for you? What's like a comfortable life for you?
A comfortable life for me is being stress free, being able to give my children the life I want them to give, studying in nice schools, giving them what they want. I'm a car guy.
yeah.
Driving nice cars,
Yeah.
living in a good house. No, I do not have to live in a mansion. I do not have to have like all the luxuries in the world.
Mhm.
It's just basic stuff. I mean, it's not basic, but like, nice
not
car,
basic.
being
It's
able
just
to
a Ferrari.
provide
It's just a
for your
Ferrari.
kids,
Just a Ferrari.
being able to provide to your wife,
Yeah.
Yeah.
get her what she wants.
So
He named the most expensive thing last.
That's, so I feel like that's the standard for everyone. I
Yeah.
think it's just
yeah.
happy wife, happy life, comfortable
sir.
car,
Very
comfortable
true.
and all
No
that.
kids.
Yeah, just every once a week you can take your kids out to some restaurant or something.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe
Yes.
a trip to Disney World or something.
See, I feel
yeah.
like it is really simple, yet we make it really complicated.
Yeah.
Like you could also argue that there's this really poor guy, and if you ask him this question, he's just gonna be like, I just need a roof over my head.
Yeah.
I just need food 3 times a day, and that's all.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be happy. He's gonna be
Exactly.
he's gonna be just as happy as I would be happy with like a Ferrari or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So don't you think then being comfortable truly is just being grateful and just being happy with what
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
However, I do have one point.
you have? Yeah.
So you guys talked about living a stress-free life, right?
Yeah.
So as a man, we are the protectors. We are the people.
Providers, protectors.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, if you are living a stressless life, right? I'm pretty sure you're gonna get shot down one day, because like at the end of the day, you are a protector, right? So if let's say you have a son,
And Muniba, I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, just to cut you off. You do look like a protector today. Looking very good. Looking very good.
I've been going to the gym.
100%. Yeah.
I've been going
How
to
much
the gym.
does your fit cost?
But
We don't talk about that.
he has a really good point. I
Yeah.
mean, like, no one can ever live life without any stress.
Yeah.
But what I was trying to say was stress at its most, like, minimum.
I get it, but like I just gotta throw it there,
Yeah,
But-
of course, like, but if you're not gonna be stressed in life, if you're not gonna, like, get obstacles in life, then like you're not gonna grow.
You're not gonna grow at
Exactly.
Just
So
to
you're not
intro-
gonna learn.
Just to interject, the Jay-Z quote, more money, more problems,
all. Yeah.
right? But what you said, if you want a stress-free life,
Yeah.
then I don't think you can strive for that 1%.
You
Have
can't.
that Ferrari.
No, I don't think.
No, bro. No Ferrari for you.
Maybe,
Listen.
maybe you can rent.
Come on.
Okay, I'll
Outside.
just take a Lambo, bro.
Because if you were to strive for that 1%, there's a whole like tax bracket different problems that come with money, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
But see, again,
not only is
how-
the wife and all this gonna come, but your business, other problems, like there's so many other problems.
Would you rather be hungry or have tax problems?
I'd rather have tax problems.
I'd rather be hungry. IRS is no joke. I've
I'd
seen
rather
it.
have-
Trust me. I'd rather be hungry.
I mean, you're trying to lose
Bro, trust
weight,
me.
so I get it.
Bro,
I get
like
it.
the amount of taxes I paid on, bro, pay your taxes, everybody. Pay your taxes.
I have a
Yeah.
question. I have
Carry
a
on.
question. Now, talking about being the top 1%, is it just about making money? How do you define being the top 1%? Is it now you could really say that if there's a guy who's like good at swimming and he's so good at swimming that he's a part of top 1%? Is that being top 1%, being good at like being the best, one of the best in what you do? Or is it just making money?
That's a good point. It's just very different, right? It's just very different because for some guy, being top 1% is getting a Grammy. you know?
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
for some guy, being a top 1% is being the president or something,
Yeah.
But it's just my question is, do you want to just? By the way, there's nothing wrong with being average in the
Yeah.
sense just living an average life. That you don't want to be the best at what you do. You just want to be able to get by, because you just don't care about these things, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you guys aim, at least for now, to be the 1% at least something in life, something you care about a lot? Are you just like finding the balance? You know what? I'll just try balance everything out, and I'll be the 1% in balancing things out. So what do you guys
I
think?
feel like that's the hardest thing to do.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I
Because
think.
life is all about balancing stuff.
Yeah.
It's to find the perfect balance,
Yeah.
which I don't think no one can ever find the perfect balance.
Yeah.
But it's just the journey to finding, even getting near to that perfect balance.
I think everyone's balance is different as well
Exactly.
because your priorities shift very quickly.
maybe you don't need much time, like in therapy as much as someone else might. So
Exactly.
maybe
And you
someone
guys
is spending
might-
an hour, but someone else is spending 3 hours.
Funny you said that about time. I was actually reading a book, and there's this guy, right? And basically, his route to being a millionaire was very different to others. Where they say the two ways to become a millionaire is either find a business model that works for you, or just look at someone who's already rich and follow their model.
Yeah.
That's basically the two ways,
Yeah.
right? So what he did was he chose the second route, and he created something called Chi Time. It's his last name, and he just created Chi Time. What he
Okay.
did was he saw the amount of time he was sleeping, which was like the 8 or 10 hours.
Yeah.
And what he did was every single day he reduced half hour from it till he got to 3 30-minute naps. And what he said was, it absolutely destroyed and made my life. It made his life because he thought he had 2 days when everyone had one. So he would literally be up working at night and he'd still be working in the morning. And he got to where he wanted to go. He got the million. But guess what happened? There was absolutely no balance. Because he dedicated everything to work, all he got back from the world was work and nothing else.
Yeah.
And when he got to what he thought was happiness in the million, he realized he lost everything else. That's what you said, right? Balance is important. But you think you want something you don't really want. You think you want that Ferrari, but do you really want to be repairing those $40,000 rims,
I
bro?
mean, come on, that V12 sounds amazing, man. Come
I
on.
I would also like to quote something.
Go on.
So there's this book called The Alchemist. I
Oh,
haven't read
man,
that
this
book, but someone really close to me sent me a passage a few days ago. And in that passage, it said that, so there's this wise man, and then there's this guy. So this guy goes to that wise guy, and that wise guy gives him a spoon with 3 drops of oil in it. And that wise guy has a house, right? Really, really big mansion, right? And he says, go around the mansion, look around, and then come back to me in 2 hours. But just make sure the oil isn't spilled. He goes around, spends 2 hours, comes back, and then he goes it was intact. It was all intact. He had all the oil in the spoon, everything. It was all right. And then he goes did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that roof? Did you see that garden? He was like, no, I did not. He was like, why? And then he was like, because I was too focused on not spilling the oil.
Yeah.
And then he goes do one thing. Go again and spend those 2 hours at looking at everything. He came back and he was like, it's all amazing. He saw the garden. He saw the waterfall. He saw the amazing art and everything. But when the wise man asked him about the oil, it was all spilled. And
Oh.
like, so what I'm trying to say is that it's about the balance, right? Once you're only focusing on the spoon, and then the second time you're not focusing on the spoon. It's just about finding that balance, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I probably quoted that very badly,
No, no, no.
but
It's
you
okay.
get what I'm
No,
trying
no,
to
no.
say,
We have
right?
another book of our own, and it's called The
Yeah.
Alchemist. And that's from that, it's from
It's
that
not
book.
the same.
I
it's
was
not
the
the
close friend that said
But that
When he
is-
was the wise guy.
of course, of course.
That is such a beautiful example because again, you know, it just we can talk as much as we want, but it all comes down to balance. Even if whether it's religion, you know, or whether
Yeah.
it's anything, it's just balance. You know, it's so important. It's so important.
I want to ask a question. How hard is balance at the moment? Like, how hard is your balance life? Because I know personally, just being here, like the struggle, Munib, you know, like
Oh, of
the
course.
family struggle, man. It's you know, it's so hard. It's like you try to like. There's so many people, and you know, this is a blessing to even have people want your time, your attention, and someone to talk. But it's also so difficult because you almost have to sacrifice what you want for what's needed. And the more that happens, I realize I just have to choose what I need more than what I want. And I feel like the more I'll grow older, I'll always pick what I need more than what I want.
Yeah, but just a quick comment. So you said it was difficult, right?
Yeah.
Would you want this to be easy? Because if it's easy, are you actually gonna remember it?
Oh, that's very true. Because if it loses, it's enjoyable because it's a sacrifice and because
Exactly.
it happens.
It's
not-
something
not
you're gonna
often.
remember now.
Yeah.
all the
Anything in
things you do.
excess is like it's old, right?
Yep.
How's balancing,
Balancing
your life?
my life. It's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough to balance life. You know, it's like there's things I'm very passionate about,
Mm.
but those things aren't doing me any good. I'll be honest with you. Like,
We're in the same boat. We're
like,
in the same
I don't
boat.
think studying chimpanzee
Make
behavior is
that
going to do
three.
me much good. You know, like I'm just, you know, it's just it's hard to balance it.
Yeah.
But I think the main thing is just trying because
Yeah.
no one's going to reach that point, but it's just about being better than you were yesterday, you know? So I just, you know, I'm trying, I'm still, you know, learning and I'm just trying to be better, at least better than I was the day before that, you know?
You're never gonna know what your potential is. You're never gonna know where you can get
Yeah.
unless you try, unless you take those chances.
True.
Yeah.
Obviously, like you can't just sit at home and expect to have $1 million at the step of your door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
that
I wish though.
I
I
hope.
wish though. Come on.
Yeah. Well, we all hope, but
I just-
like yeah.
I just opened the door and then Omar's coming in.
Bro, yeah, you wouldn't be happy. I'm telling
I'll
you.
be happy, bro. I'm like, give me that money, bro. Give me that money.
You guys are just filthy materialistic. All this talk, $1 million, Ferrari, this, but you know, I get it.
I guess
get
you're
it,
just
you know,
not
it's,
ambitious, bro. I'm just saying.
No, I think-
Munib, Munib.
Maybe
on.
I just want to live with a monkey for the rest of my life.
I mean, you have money, bro.
No,
Looks like we're gonna have to go to Lane Zoo really quickly.
Yeah.
But I think it's fair enough to think about money because the world runs with money now, you know,
Yeah.
and just money buys you freedom, you know, and gives you a lot of freedom to do things, you know, and I think it is something we should strive for, but we should just remember that it's not the key to eternal happiness.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah, exactly.
it's just again the balance.
Yep.
You know, it's like don't be the guy who runs away from money, but don't be the guy who runs towards money a lot. You
Chases
know,
the
again,
money.
again, it's just the oil balancing, whatever that story was.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Wise
just
guy.
goes
And-
back down to that.
Honestly, like you could make money just from like an idea as well. Like the guy who made computers, Alan Turing, he said like the ones that people think nothing of are the ones who do the most incredible things. There's so many ways of making money, man. People imagine millionaires to be some random guy in a suit opening a Ferrari door and then he has like some stocks trading on a laptop. It's not always the case. Like there's a guy who made, you guys should actually look this up. This guy made $1 million 4 times and lost $1 million 4 times. Yeah. He's broke.
Hey, but at least he knows what $1 million looks like.
But
I
you
mean,
know what
come
he
on.
did to make that first million? He designed the software that runs the stock market that opens the stock market from the 6 a.m. and closes the New York stock market at a certain time. He programmed it to open at a certain time and close at a certain, and he sold that for $1 million. But if he didn't sell that and he had like a certain percentage, he'd be like a billionaire by now. But look, it's just an idea. This guy was in his bedroom just coding.
Talking about successful guys, I was watching the Michael Jordan documentary. Great documentary, by the way.
Oh yeah, Last
Yeah,
Dance.
great.
Last Dance.
The Last Dance, great stuff. So I was watching it and I was like, this guy is so like, he's so driven, he's so
mentality.
motivated, the mentality and everything, you know. And it was straight out of college, you know, it was straight out of high school, you know. And it's like, can I be that guy? Are you born to be like that? What do you think?
Again, it's the balance, right? I mean, you
This
have
balance,
to.
I
Always
Nah,
comes
listen
back
to
to the balance.
Listen to me. You
Shout
have
out New
to-
Balance.
There might be some people who are born that way, but they do not work towards that. So they just never find out if they are that guy or not.
That's a good
I don't
point.
know. I don't think if I agree. Like I think like watching enough like football, basketball, there's just some people who have that killer instinct. They just have it. There's no I trained. There's no like, oh, he was so good. Eden Hazard. He never trained. He was fat. He ate McDonald's every single day. But when it came to match day, bro turned Messi. Straight up turned into Messi. Same with another guy, Carlos Tevez. They just have this instinct, this killer instinct.
But
to
don't
just-
you guys think that there might have been someone, there literally might have been someone who would have been better than Messi and Ronaldo?
I was gonna talk about that. So there's a story.
There was.
So
It's called
they-
George Best, and that's exactly what happened.
No, I'm gonna come to another person. So back when Cristiano was young, right? Ronaldo. I love this player, bro. So back when he was in Portugal, right? There was a guy in his club, and according to the scouts, he was a better talent than Ronaldo. But Ronaldo was so dedicated to his craft, he became the man he was. That guy, no one knows who he is. I think I just forgot the name, but this is an actual story.
Yeah, I've heard.
I know that story you're talking about because there was a match. He was gonna score 2 goals,
Yeah, but he assisted.
but he assisted
Yeah.
it to Ronaldo.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that.
Yeah,
So-
and by the way, Ronaldo gave him a house and like a piece of land.
Do
So
you
Omar,
guys,
if you want to give me a house, and a piece of land.
is it okay to be the guy who just assisted? Or do you want to be the goal scorer? Because being the goal scorer, we know football a bit, and we know
Yeah.
strikers, and we know how strikers think. It's just about getting the stats up and getting the goals up, and we've seen clips of strikers maybe even compromising the team.
I
And
mean, they
the-
are the finishers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
But
the reason
The
why.
whole team
the
makes a
match-
play.
Yeah.
He's the one who finishes.
Yeah, but it's not really about football at this point. It's about, do you want to be that guy who's gonna have to be selfish at some points in their life, or are you okay just assisting someone and you're like, you know what, go and have your fun?
I want to hear
I'm okay.
Munib's answer on this.
Yeah.
What do you?
So, in my opinion, it depends on the skills you have. So some people are just born leaders, right?
Yeah.
So the Ronaldos and all these people, they're stars. But there are people in the background. They're probably the reason why this guy became a star. So all the chefs, all his personal trainers, all the scouts, everything this guy had to become the guy he was.
So do you guys want to be in the spotlight?
My favorite player is Paul Scholes. If those who know ball know how good Paul
He was really
Scholes
good.
was.
He was really good.
My opinion, the best midfielder. There's no Modric. No, like Paul Scholes was the best. What Rahim said is absolutely correct. This transcends. We're not even talking about football right now. We're talking
Yeah.
about, are you comfortable letting someone who you love and appreciate be the leader that they are, and are you okay with being that supporting role? And I'm 100% okay. Like I said, like me and Rahim were just talking before this. I don't mind not doing the whatever, the start of something. I don't mind writing it for you, and I want you to do it. I'll write it. I'll help you. I'll do it. I'll do everything but do it. But I'll help you along the way, because I think there's more. Like, I think there's just a better feeling in knowing. Like, for example, it goes to, like, you know how everyone says it's always nice to get gifts, but when you give gifts, it completely changes. The feeling you get when you give someone a gift is way better than getting a gift.
Because you're changing someone's life.
But
Exactly.
again, like, my question to you guys is, why does it have to be either or?
Why can't I have both? Yeah.
Like, why can't you be a leader and also assist people? Why can't
Yeah.
you be a person, like, helping people out?
Be a maverick.
Watch by a guy talk about balance once
Give me an
again.
example of someone who's a leader and who, just give me like someone you would think is balancing both out. Who would we could look up to?
On the top of my head.
Okay, maybe okay.
No
well,
one's coming up, but but you get me, right?
Yeah.
Like, why do you have to either be the leader or be someone who helps someone become a leader?
Because some would say, like, if you're like a really good supporting actor, you might not be the best leader, or in the room full of leaders, you might be disrespected. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like they might be like,
Again,
you're
it's
kind of
like we tried to find the balance, but we're
Yeah.
never going to find the balance.
Yeah, it's
and
like-
that's the truth. That's
like
the
you're
truth.
really a follower. You're just trying to be a leader. We'll let you do
But-
it,
Fake it till you make it.
coming down to what Ali said. You said just being that is just the idea of like the one who's assisting, right?
but
And
yeah.
Isn't that parenting in a nutshell?
It is.
Oh,
It is.
You know, like I see the look of some like with Babar Azam, our Pakistani, the cricket player,
Yeah.
and you just hear his story, and you see his dad in the stands. You know,
Yeah.
and
beautiful.
he's just he's happier than Babar.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the guy actually playing the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, and I'm so curious to experience parenting because it's like, it's not you.
Yeah.
It's not you on the pitch. It's not
Exactly.
you hitting all those sixes. You know, you're not participating in the game, you know, but you're so happy.
Yeah.
Like, how can you be happy for so happy for someone, you know?
Yeah.
Whether it's my own experiences with my own mom, you know, and like if I do something, you know, and she would just be so happy for me. But then you think, you know, but it was me who did it. Why are you so happy, you know?
Yeah.
And parenting is so complex. And what do you guys think of that?
I think it's about trust, right? So you guys talked about assisting and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
let's say hypothetically, we were to start a business.
Yeah.
So again, sorry to bring the financials and everything up, but like I think that's the
Yeah.
moral compass right now, right? So let's say Rahim, our host, starts a business, right? And let's say Ali, he's very good at writing a script. But like you guys coming together, like, okay, I want to start a show. And like, Ali, can you help me out? But all I want is like, let's say 10% of whatever you make, right?
Mhm.
He needs to trust you that you're gonna, you know, what's it called? Give him that 10%, right? Or give him the credit or give him whatever he requires, right? But if you were to be like stabbing in the back or something, you might not make it because you lost a writer.
So what you're saying is that
It goes
Maybe-
two ways.
parents are making their kids live their dreams for them.
Yeah.
So it's really because
Yeah.
your kid is a part of you, right?
yeah.
So when your kid's doing that, a part of you is doing that and
Yeah.
achieving those things.
Yeah, exactly. They see their happiness through you.
So, like for example, you talked about Babar, right? He's amazing cricketer and everything. I'm pretty sure his dad probably, like, I don't know about Babar, but like Sachin Tendulkar, right? He had a whole movie and everything. His dad used to bowl and make sure this guy knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
So all those hours that he put in so that this guy could perform at the highest level. I'm pretty sure Babar's dad or all of the people did the same because in Pakistan, we're not all privileged, right?
Yeah.
We play in the streets. Same like Brazil, Neymar, all these players, they play on the streets.
Yeah, the favelas.
Yeah. So all the time, all that effort, all that energy towards something, and then you see that person become something big. You are proud of yourself for giving that time because you trusted in his ability and you trusted in yourself to coach him
Yeah.
because your dad is the first coach.
Yeah.
And then after that, you go into these training academies and all that stuff, right?
Yeah,
But
so-
your dad is the one who saw talent. He's like, this guy can become something. I need to invest my time in him.
kids need to have that emotional bias towards them from the parents.
That's
you know?
very
Yeah.
true.
You know,
it's
they
not
need
just
to.
about sports. It's about
about
just
everything.
about
About life.
life. Your dad is your first coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, your dad's the first man you know.
Yeah.
Do you think it's okay to tell kids who are maybe because everyone has their weaknesses, you know, and I feel like nowadays people are just giving their kids a bit too much confidence. Or maybe not even too I don't know the right answer for this. But do you think maybe kids need a reality check or is it okay for kids at that point that you know what, you can be whatever you want. You can be Superman if you want. You can fly if you want. What do you think? Because if you look at the Christmas concept,
Yeah.
where it's like Santa's coming down the chimney and all that, you know, it's like, if you told me that Umar one day, I would think you're pretty stupid. Because like, so there's this fat man in the red, you know, suit and everything coming down. But if a kid does it, it's okay, you know? So it's like,
Yeah, and he's coming for
Is
like
it okay?
chocolate
You know,
cookies.
exactly.
Santa's not real.
Santa's
sorry.
lactose.
Breaking news.
Wait, what?
Nah, but I feel like it's fine to let kids be kids. Giving them a reality check, what is that gonna do? I mean, bro, the kids don't even understand one thing that goes on. Like, what's gonna happen if you're gonna give them the reality check? Are they even gonna understand the reality check?
I think it's better than when that guy's 15, you sit him down and you break it to him, by the way, Santa's not real.
I mean,
I feel like it's
obviously
just giving
15
that-
is too late.
You know, like even when he's 13 or 12, it's just easing them in. It's like, you know, just slow and steady, you
I
know.
feel like Santa is a bit towards the extremist side, but you get me, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you don't have to tell your children that
Exactly. Like,
before
you
you
don't
give them
have-
chicken nuggets that a chicken died because of you.
Exactly. You don't have to give them the reality check every time.
Yeah. Like again, and as much as it annoys me, but it comes down to the balance. Son of a gun. It comes every time, every
Yeah.
freaking time.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, this balance thing is just stuck in my head.
Let's just end this. What's the point of the podcast? It's all about the
Yeah.
balance.
Yeah, no, I have a question, guys. I have a
Yeah.
question. So like we talked about parenting and everything, right? So now with ChatGPT and all of this AI stuff, right? We are known to be the golden generation when it comes to technology, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So now when we become parents, we're seeing what AI is doing right now. There's
Yeah.
people doing crazy stuff with AI to get where they want to go, right?
Yeah.
So when your child learns about AI and whatever it becomes, now we are smarter than our parents. No offense, but I'm just saying we know more about technology because we were born in that era where
Yeah.
technology grew up and became what it is right now. So do you think as a parent you will be able to like help your child understand the advantages of AI and all of this technological advances without compromising on integrity and everything else?
Nah, it's gonna be tough because technology is moving way faster, and it's like you can never ever be the perfect parent, right? Like my dad gave me something he didn't have, and then my kids are gonna complain to me, you know, about something I never gave them, you know. So it's just this chain because the world is always changing and everything, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just gonna be changing, and
But it might be that there comes a time that we are like our parents. Like there are some things like technologically that our parents don't know about, and we have to teach them.
Yeah.
So like it might be in the future that like you might not know shit.
I'm
But
just
like
saying.
I feel like we have to make them realize that social media, internet, AI, it's really dangerous
Yeah.
if used in the wrong way.
Yeah.
So I feel like we should just make them cautious about it. Like, you know, because there are pros and cons of everything.
Yeah.
You can use internet for the most helpful things, for the most amazing things. You can become something through social media.
Yeah.
Shout out
Shout
to
out-
Test Sense.
Test it.
Appreciate
sense.
it. Appreciate it.
But you can also use it in really bad ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true.
So I just feel like
Like I use my Apple Watch for my French composition.
You're really proud of that, aren't you?
I revolutionized.
is that a pro
it.
or a con?
That's a pro. That's a pro. That's a pro. I will not tell my child. You know, like
But
so,
yeah, exactly. Like just making them understand.
yeah,
So you talk about using technology, and there's a right way to use it, and there's a wrong way to use it, you know.
Yeah.
And we've got technology all around us. We've got a mic, we've got a camera.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
a second ever episode, first podcast for you both. So, how are we feeling?
yeah.
We're 45 minutes in.
Honestly,
What's the future for the Milkman?
you're
said-
gonna see a lot more of us.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me just say
Yeah.
that. Let
I
me just say
think
that.
I
I
think
think
there's
this is
more
the
guests to
beginning.
come.
Yeah, this is something that I can't really say that this is our first podcast. This is just our first podcast with mics and cameras. And
Explain
lights.
what that means. Explain what that
explain.
means.
So what I mean by that is that I'm honestly really grateful for the kind of friends I have. And like we have these type of talks, we have these kind of conversations like every now and then.
Yeah.
Like we're not the type of guys that just like, you know, wanna go around, go to clubs, have fun, do this and that. Like all we really want is just a nice place to sit down and have good conversations for which everyone can benefit from.
Yeah.
Exactly. Every time we have sat down and talked, I've taken something home.
I think everyone has learned something from everyone because we are all so different. right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone has something to offer.
Yeah,
Like,
literally.
Here, he came from Canada. He
Yeah.
has his whole Canadian experience,
Yeah,
right?
And you know, let's just be
Abu
honest.
Dhabi, Malaysia.
Rahim will agree with me on this.
Mhm.
How much has our life changed ever since Ali came?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot.
We probably wouldn't even have taken this step of doing this podcast
Exactly.
if it wasn't.
It was
for
just a
Ali.
dream.
Yeah.
We were
Don't
just
get the
dreaming
happy
about
bro.
it.
And honestly, we really appreciate you. We're grateful for
Yeah,
you.
we are
Stop.
really
Yeah.
grateful.
Yeah.
I
No,
love you,
seriously.
bro.
Can we just zoom in on Ali for just a good 5 minutes? Because of this man, you guys get to see the Milkman in action.
Mm.
By the way, Milkman, how's the name? What do you
I
guys
love
think?
it. I love it. It's
The
catchy.
Milkman. Yeah.
It's catchy. People are gonna remember it. I like it a lot.
Me and Munib are not.
It's
Well,
interesting.
well, you
I'm
guys can-
dragging Munib into this. No,
You guys can start your own podcast.
I am
Hey,
leaving. The
After 2 episodes, Milkman has
not a
broken
comp-
up.
It's not a competition, guys. Come
Disconnect Kim, Rahim's mic, Kim.
on. He's not the host anymore. Change the host real quick.
We were talking about something. Munib came out with a really good topic related to what we were talking about a few minutes ago. That in life, how much is it like your journey? How much is luck and how much is hard work?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You get me?
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I believe you create your own luck, right? So if you're not taking chances, you're not going to find out, right? This is something we talked about before. But like, it's very important to understand your skill set and what you're not good at, right? So let's say Ali here is the content creator, right? So he knows the editing, all the behind the scenes stuff. But Ryan here is really good on the mic. Like, look at him performing. He's amazing.
He's amazing.
He's amazing. He's a talent, right?
I'm not joking. Like, I've 5 different people who I've told nothing to have watched this podcast and said this man is an absolute natural. Like, natural. He, like, there was no question that that's your first podcast. And I think you're incredible, bro. You should do this professionally. I'm not saying milkmen. I'm not saying, don't leave us. But I'm saying that you should.
But you get the gist,
Yeah,
right?
you should.
Again, it's a privilege.
Don't be surprised if you get a mic on
Yeah.
your birthday.
Yeah.
Golden.
Oh yeah. Again, thank you guys. It's a privilege. I really appreciate the love. But I wanted to ask you. That's a very good point. And I think you bring up a very good point because right now what's going on is me, myself. I would like to, that's Kanye West's thing on Grammy. He's like, I'd
Me,
like to
myself,
thank
and
no
I.
one,
Yeah.
but me, whatever it is. All right. So it's like, what is self-made? And is anyone truly self-made?
No, they're not.
No.
Because let me ask you this. If Kanye West was born in Palestine, right, where you can't even leave the country,
Stronger
Would
would have
he
a whole
have a
different
Grammy?
meaning.
would he be worth $1 billion? Could he get himself out of that? So how much is it just probability?
Yeah.
Luck?
I mean, what is the story of Kanye West? He used to be a producer before.
Yeah.
He never really wanted to rap.
And he wore like Gap, and nobody, like, for example, you hear fashion in rap, like I'm
Yeah.
wearing Balenci, Gucci. This was not the thing. It was I'm gonna do this to this guy at this block at this time. No one listened to like flexing rap.
Yeah.
No one listened to flex. Kanye has made ASAP Rocky, Travis, Tyler the Creator. The ability to talk about what you're wearing, how much money you have, Kanye did that. It's literally a whole different wave. So and you're right. Would that be possible? Just if you placed him born in a different place? That's a great question. I don't
So-
think so.
Do you guys, and disagree with me if you want, but don't you think that life is just, to be realistic, you're not always going to get the way you want it to be. Some people are going to have an advantage over you, and you might be trying way harder than them.
Yeah.
They're just going to have it, and you're not going to
Yeah.
have it, Like NBA players. If I try, I'm like, what, 5'11", 5'10", with shoes on, maybe 6 feet. But,
Stand
it's
on my
like,
money.
I
I'm
can't,
6 foot.
I can't do, no matter how hard I try, I can't do what Shaq does. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
So it's like having that reality check that there's going to be a guy better looking than you.
Yeah.
There's going to be a guy. There's going to be. Cut that out. There's going to be a guy better looking than you. There's going to be a guy stronger than you. There's going to be a guy smarter than you. And there's just, you have to accept the reality. You have to. And again, you have to find the balance. And
Oh,
you have
dear
to be
God.
grateful with what you have.
Yeah,
You know?
100%.
And just, it's like playing the cards you've been dealt with.
Yeah.
Life is like a game of Uno. Someone has a damn +4
Yeah.
and someone doesn't.
Exactly.
And as much as it hurts,
And
It's-
honestly, like, just being here, like, there was so much luck involved. You randomly said you wanted to host a podcast, right? And I was listening, and I was like, why not, right? And I tried, and now we're here. Tell me that's not like luck. That like I would be lying to you if I said that's not luck. It is luck, like,
But
but
I mean,
we're
at
here.
the end of the day, it is also your hard work, right?
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah.
Because
built off the hard work.
luck,
Exactly.
luck is the product of hard work.
Hard work.
Yeah.
The more,
Plus
the harder
dedication.
you work, the more luck you have. The
Yeah.
luckier you are.
Yeah.
So it's obviously, you have to work hard. I feel like that goes without saying.
That's
Yeah.
the minimum.
Ah,
Like you
Exactly.
have, that's something that you have to do.
Yeah.
I have a question. I just want to introduce. I don't want to be the downer in the room, but what is the biggest regret in your life, and what's something that you always wanted to let each other know that we don't already know? Because we know each other very well. I'm just letting everyone know we spend so much time together. There's few or far between things that we don't know about each other unless we specifically keep that private. But what's like the biggest regret in your life that you don't mind sharing?
For me personally, the thing that like comes on top of my head is leaving football.
Yeah.
Football was everything to me. There was a time in my life, and I used to play for the Manchester City club in
He was
Abu
really
Dhabi.
good.
Yeah.
Really
And
good.
and it's not even that I just used to have fun playing football. Like, I could see how I was growing as a player.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my coaches were telling me that you're improving so much. When I was 14 years old, I used to be playing with people who were like 20, 21 years old.
Didn't
And
you get
they-
like an award?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there were like 60, 70 people in that club. And between all of those people, I got the best player award.
And you were a rookie. You were new.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Bro, I was the guy who came from Pakistan when I was like 10 years old, had never played football in my life, started playing football in school, started enjoying it, became my passion, started going to an academy, and in just like 4 or 5 years I grew so much,
Yeah.
Yeah.
improved so much. And like even the guys that I was talking about who were like 20, 21 years old, but they used to be telling me that, bro, you need to do something about this.
Again, the problem with regret is just it's about you always wondering, what if I did that? What could I have
Exactly.
been? Like
So
what would I
Exactly.
have been? And it's a very mental game.
And
it's a very mental
it's
game.
not even that I wanted to be the next, like, main player at Manchester United or Manchester City or Real Madrid or Barcelona. Because let's just be honest, like, when do you ever see a Pakistani or an Indian or rarely any Arab guys playing in these major leagues, major teams? You don't.
You know
But all what I'm really curious about is that
what could
Where-
have been.
exactly
Is it because you
where would I have been physically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How good my game would have gotten. That's all that I'm just curious about.
Yeah,
and
because
that's very healthy. That's a healthy
Yeah.
mindset because guys like those who think like that, they don't. I mean, it's good to compare yourself to people just to see what you're missing out on
Yeah.
and just to improve yourself. But guys, that mindset is good because you are comparing yourself to yourself in terms of just self improvement.
Mhm.
And that's good, and you don't care if you're the next Messi or Ronaldo, but you're
exactly.
just annoyed about what could I have been.
I just wanted to see my potential.
yeah.
I
and
think
that's-
I think it got to you because when you were at the club, you didn't know how good you were until they told you.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
that surprised you, and the ceiling went higher. And because things went how they went, you never got to see how far could it have gone?
I would just like to say one thing. Yeah, you should have regrets in your life, but I don't think you should hold those regrets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No.
feel like you should grow from them and learn from them and just move forward.
Yeah,
Because I feel like there are a lot of people that keep their regrets and then just
live them.
stay in the past.
Yeah.
They never move on.
Yeah, they wear their regrets.
Just
Literally.
because they, like for me example, just because I couldn't do anything in football doesn't mean I'm not going to do anything.
They take that one negative and
Exactly.
apply it to the whole life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Then they're just
because,
like, what's
yeah.
the meaning of my life?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, I didn't get to become what I wanted to be.
It's like the example I use. It's like this, I'll just wrap it up. And it's just like there's this MacBook, and it's a great laptop. It's very powerful. It's very strong, HD display, whatever the stats are,
Yeah.
Mhm.
But then there's just this one issue that there's just the left arrow key is broken,
yeah,
Okay.
And if you are a negative guy, instead of someone looking at you and thinking, oh, that's a MacBook, M2 chip and all that,
Exactly.
they look at the MacBook with the broken key.
Exactly.
And at some point, they stop looking at you like a MacBook or like a laptop. They just look at you like the thing with the broken key.
the one with the fault.
And
Yeah.
whose fault is it? The MacBook, the guy.
The
You
per-
No, shout out Apple. We love you guys. Tim Cook would love to have you here.
yeah.
But
I'm
yeah,
sure they're not listening.
but it's just how you present yourself.
Yeah, no.
Hypothetically, I'm not saying you do this, but if you present yourself as the guy is, I'm the guy
Yeah.
who
could have
who could have been
Yeah.
a Manchester City player or something, you know,
Yeah.
then that's all you are. Then I don't know, Umar is the good friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Umar is the funny guy, or Umar is anything else,
Yeah.
you know? So it's just about how you present yourself. And there's more to life than just those little things you know, get stuck up on.
Just quickly, Munib, your biggest regret.
My biggest regret. All right. We got to rewind a bit. So I think you, Ali, and Rahim know I was a big Call of Duty guy, right? Used to play it like crazy. And Ali knows I was the smart kid.
Yeah.
So I used to like tutor Ali, tutor all these kids, you know, like math and everything, because math was my thing. So I think I spent way too much time playing Call of Duty. It's not a regret.
It was like an illness at one point. Yeah.
It was like, I know people were like, bro, you got to stop. And now, like,
It was a
thank God.
distraction.
Distraction, sure, call it whatever you want.
So add up Munib on PSN.
So, but to be fair, when COVID hit, right, I was the best player. Everybody wanted me in my team, right? So it felt like Omar with football, right? Always the first guy picked. I got to feel that for like a good year and a half. But this guy was feeling it for the good 5-6 years, right?
Yeah.
Being the first guy on the field.
You know, that's crazy you said that. We all kind of had like the moments of us being the man in different things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It feels so good.
It's so
It feels
good,
amazing.
bro.
It feels amazing.
So good.
I'm just glad we had the discussion. Let's just wrap it up in a
Mm.
bit. It's amazing that we can talk about these things. And by the way, guys, we're just talking, and we're young guys, and
Yeah.
we just started to get out of our bubbles, and we just like to question things and ask things. Doesn't mean we're perfect in any way. We talk because talk is cheap. Anyone can sit here and talk about things about finding a balance in life, or being a good father, or being a good son, you know, and it's hard to actually do these things.
Yeah.
But how do you get to doing these things without even having to question them or talk about them, you know? And you have to take a step. So again, boys, a privilege to have you. There's many more to come, you know.
Yep.
Shout out
yeah.
to the podcast office.
Shout out to the
Shout
podcast
outs.
office
Yep.
again, you know. Yeah, I
Thank
think
you so much.
let's wrap it up. Anyone
It was
want
an
to say anything
amazing
else?
time.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was an amazing time.
Yeah, and I love you guys. You know, the people in this room, they're gonna be here for like the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So it's been great. You will see us again, hopefully back here. But yeah, if you don't, you will definitely see us. And thank you so much, Rahim. And yeah,
Please let us know in the comment section, you know, anything you want to change about the podcast, the dynamic, or anything, just anything to help us improve,
Yep.
because we've just started, you know, so it'll be a pleasure. Thank you so much, and thanks for watching, and I think inshallah more to come.
Inshallah. Inshallah.